We are live. Good evening, everyone. Or should I say good afternoon, good morning, or good night, depending on where you're tuning in from. My name is Nipun from NS Sports TV. And this is a review of that absolute dross performance at the Emirates against Arsenal. Now, joining me tonight are two colleagues of mine from the YouTube world. Someone who joined me on the preview before the game, Miss Lottie, how you doing? And also who couldn't make the preview somehow, but still joined the review is Mr. Fahim. How are you doing, both of you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very happy. 3 points in the bag. Happy Gooner.
Yeah. Well, Nipun, you already know how I feel like.
Yeah. Well, you and me feel the same, but hey.
As I said to Nipun the other night, if you're not laughing at Chelsea...
women are doing bits.
Yeah. If you're not laughing at Chelsea, what are you doing? I did say to Nipun, we can laugh together. And he agreed the other night. So.
Yeah, look. Have you not heard the phrase called, if you don't laugh, you'll tear your hair out? Well... I'm going to need a transplant soon.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Well, I believe we actually scored just before, while I was driving home from gym.
So Nipun, you did watch the whole game?
I watched the highlights.
You know what I did? Well, as soon as I saw the first goal go in from Arsenal, I switched off. Gladly, I switched off because I knew that you missed
the second worldie from Odegaard. Wow.
I missed. I'm glad I turned it off because we got literally hammered in the first half. We got hammered in the first half. So I'm glad I turned it off because I just came back from work and I was like, okay, let's turn on the game. As soon as Arsenal scored, I was like, yeah, we're losing this. We're going to get battered because we were playing terrible. We were playing so bad. Like, we could not even string one or two passes. We could not do 1-2s. Our link-up was terrible. Honestly, it was horrendous to watch. Arsenal dominated possession. I was like, yeah, whoever not. And then Kepa. Oh, my days. I don't want to talk about Kepa. Like, Kepa... I've had enough of Kepa. Like, we need a new goalkeeper. It's obvious. The guy's got T-Rex arms. That first goal, I don't understand how anyone can say that that's unsavable. Because honestly, if it was a taller keeper, I think he would have saved it. But Kepa,
Aaron Ramsdale could save that. To be fair,
Aaron Ramsdale's a better keeper anyway. But
yeah,
you know what? It's everyone. It's always a case where. Every time we play any team, they always score a banger against Kepa. Like, who did we play last game? I can't remember. Who was it? I just can't remember the games that we played because there's too many losses.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
Who was that? Who scored that banger? That young kid.
Evan Ferguson.
No. It was a midfielder. It's a young midfielder, but he scored a banger.
1 second, I'll pull it up.
Moses Caicedo?
No.
Or Welbeck?
Yeah. Enciso. That goal he scored. I mean, it was a very good goal, but honestly, like, it always happens against Kepa. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. Because he's got T-Rex arms. Like, he just can't save long shots. Like, it's always been the
case. This might ruffle a few feathers, but he is the Spanish Jordan Pickford.
He is. It's obvious. Yeah. It's obvious.
And that's
I actually think Pickford better. I actually think Pickford probably better at this point.
That's literally what I was about to say. That's an insult to Jordan Pickford.
No, definitely. But the thing is, with Pickford, at least he's decent for England. He's shit at Everton, but he's great at England, and I don't know how he's still got that number 1.
Well, at Everton, he's surrounded by dross, so that doesn't help his case either.
No.
Or just imagine Pickford at Chelsea under Lampard. Oh my goodness. I mean, all right. I mean, Pickford was already there when Lampard was at Everton, so that makes sense why they were fighting relegation. Oh, please.
Big up, Nathan. Nathan, hope you're finally
Straight facts.
familiar with Odegaard.
Straight facts.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm gonna let you have you have your fun today. But
Me? I've just gone near you, alright? I've got a big smile on my face. That's me, done. I'm not gonna stick the knife in. That's not me. I told
Look.
you, you didn't dish it out to me before the game or over the game. Like we're laughing together because it's that bad.
Yeah, look.
You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna stick the knife in. I'm not that
completely
person.
different reason.
I was laughing, Nippin, as well. I was laughing at that goal as well, so that's why I laughed. I just turned it off whilst
Look,
laughing.
it's the whole. If you don't laugh, you'll tear your hair out.
Yeah, fact. Absolute fact. No, but
I still have my hair, so
you're not quite
Yeah.
tearing your hair out yet, are you, Philip?
At this rate. I'm gonna need a transplant at this rate.
No, I did enjoy that game. It's nice. It's been a long time since either Arsenal team have had a nice solid win for the men's and the women's. So I think after Monday's result for me, I needed that 3 points from the men. Yeah, no, Kior was he was pretty decent. He's calm, cool and collected at the back. Really interesting first Premier League minutes. I was glad to see Partey dropped. He's not been fantastic. Again, Holding dropped as well, but I do feel like Zinchenko needs to be benched for the next game and let Tierney start because I've had enough of his silly little mistakes. Otherwise, I can't remember his name. Whoever it was, whoever scored for you,
Noni
wouldn't have got past him.
Oh, Madueke. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It was interesting to watch him, but I was like, yeah, you're not doing anything. I think the best part of the whole game was Aubameyang's stats. It took him one touch to took him 43 minutes to get one touch in the Arsenal end, and then he had a total of 9 touches at the balls, and 4 of those were kickoffs.
Chelsea get battered everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Oh, and what about Ilya? Speaking of Liverpool, what happened to Hey Jude, don't make it sad.
Don Hussam better shave his head off now.
And you're going. Oh.
Oh no,
Don
City have
Hussam.
scored.
Don Hussam. He promised that he'll shave his head off on stream, so he will have to shave his head off now. And Grizz Khan, his ITK sources, it's all fake. It's so fake. He has no ITK. I understand that. Well, oh, you put me full screen. I didn't even notice. I was on a different tab. And Grizz Khan, I don't know if he will be watching this, but if he is, I'm just waiting for you in the Big Six. Like the Big Six is gonna cook him. Like the rest of the panel are gonna cook Grizz Khan. Like honestly, I can't wait for that Big Six episode. Honestly,
Well,
that's really funny.
I don't think Matisse will.
Oh, Matisse will. Watch Matisse. Matisse will cook him.
But he can't though. He
Why not?
genuinely can't.
Why not? Liverpool are trash as well. Liverpool are shit as well this season.
Well, where are they? Let's see where they are in the table.
Oh, they are currently winning at home, so
Yeah, it would not surprise me if one of Man United or Newcastle fall out of the top 4.
No, Newcastle are staying.
Newcastle have only got to get 6 points and they've secured Champions League football.
I'm confident. Look,
I think
imagine.
Man United could drop off. I think that's possible.
Imagine
I don't think Newcastle will drop off.
Eric Sevenhog.
Oh.
We play Man United, so like
0-0 draw. I'm calling it now.
no, it won't be a no. I don't think it'll be. It's Lampard.
It's Man United. It's Man United. 0-0. I'm calling it now.
Okay.
We're going to be.
There hasn't been a winner. There hasn't been a winner in this game for a long time.
Yeah, but the difference is we have Lampard nipping.
But we had Lampard in one of those draws as well.
Oh, his first game He got battered 4-0.
Yes. But since then, it's been all draws.
Has it?
I think
Oh
with
yeah, it has. Yeah, it has been. Yeah.
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 You might nick a point then.
No, we're not. No, I think we'll keep.
Okay,
keep
my question to both of you now, right, is you're 9 points from the bottom of the table.
Okay.
How low can you
Yeah,
go before the end of the season?
It doesn't matter. We're getting a World Cup winner. Oh, deep down, you're hurting. You're hurting.
Wait, who's the
We
World
didn't
Cup
want
winner?
him anyway.
Wait, who's McAllister?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You're getting Mason Mount, so
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Imagine if we're getting a World Cup winner this stream. Imagine.
no, imagine saving up all that money for Jude Bellingham to now downgrade it to Mason Mount and McAllister.
McAllister's
No,
not
no,
that
no,
bad
no,
a player.
I'm not having
Mount
it.
is a major
McAllister's
downgrade.
good footballer. That's an.
McAllister is a good player, yeah, that's true. But like they've been hoping that they would bring in Jude Bellingham for the past 2 years, and they flopped. They flopped
Oh,
hard. They
man.
flopped hard. Real
No.
Madrid just shows that they're much powerful than them. Much more powerful.
I honestly, admittedly, I thought he would go to Liverpool because,
Same.
British want to go back to the UK. You know what I mean?
Mhm. But
Yeah, fair play. It's nice to see more British players go abroad, in all honesty.
the good thing is he came from Birmingham City, to now Real Madrid in the space of 3 years, 4 years. I think 3 years, right? 3 years. That's mad.
I predicted that. I'm doing a career mode on FIFA with Real Madrid, and I signed Jude Bellingham.
Okay.
I predicted that transfer. I'm taking credit for it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Kudos to you then in that case.
Good evening, Mr. T. How are you?
Evening. But yeah, Jude. To answer your question, how far can we go lower down the table? Honestly, I don't see us winning a single game till the end of the season if we keep Lampard. I'm being
I don't
real.
even think Newcastle. You're not going to beat Newcastle. There's no.
We're getting
We're gonna get battered by Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
And in your own
drawing
backyard.
against Bournemouth, and that's it.
Are you sure
You know
about that?
what? I wouldn't put that Billing and is it Solanke? I don't even know if I said that right. They're not
Solanke.
looking bad at the moment. They're not looking bad, and they've had some good results this season.
They beat Tottenham, I think, didn't they? They beat Tottenham.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they beat- I think they beat United as well.
Boys right now. Let's
No,
be
Nippin, we have to admit,
Oh,
like
that's
we're
it.
worse than Tottenham.
I think
They're
United
still the battering
1-0
boys.
and then they lost following week 1-0. I think it was them anyway.
Oh,
I don't-
Man City are 2-0 up. Man City are 2-0 up.
Okay.
Oh well, I think
I
that's
looked at
when
half time and I was like, okay, I'm not going to watch the rest of it. Okay, my triple captain's come in. That's good. Woo.
Holland again. He's broken the record, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely broken the record. That's mad. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
This guy. I'm glad that we didn't bring him in because honestly, we would have ruined him. I'm not gonna lie.
No, we
Like,
wouldn't.
if he came to Chelsea, we would ruin his career. I'm not even
No, we
joking.
wouldn't.
Yeah, we would. We ruin strikers. Like, I'm glad that he's doing well for another club, but it's just Man City. But it is what it is. Like, he's just a machine.
Okay, so Fahim, real talk. Do you
Mhm.
think we'll get relegated?
I don't know. It's not even a joke at this point. I'm not. It's actually serious. Like, we're level with Bournemouth. This is ridiculous. Bournemouth. We're 9 points above the relegation zone. 9 points, and that can change drastically.
Nah, Leeds and Man City next.
Oh,
Then
my
Man United. Both away. You're away for the next 3 games. Bloody hell.
goodness. This is mad. It's mad, you know. I'm looking at the table. I'm actually
It
looking
happened
at
to
the table.
Newcastle. It happened to Newcastle.
Oh, I'm looking at the table. Like Nottingham Forest are 18th, and they've got 30 points, and we've got 39. Oh crap!
I honestly don't think you're safe. The way you're playing, I don't think you're safe
Neither do
at
I.
all.
It's laughable. It's actually
again,
laughable. Like
How low can you go? That's
it's laughable. It's actually
the
laughable.
thing is, then you've got no excuse next season with no European football. You got absolutely no excuse not to win the league
yeah.
unless you still got Frank Lampard in charge. Then you're
No,
an
no,
excuse.
Frank Lampard's gone.
Mauricio Pochettino ain't winning us the league, Lottie.
When will you guys learn? You can take the man out of Spurs, but you can't take the Spursy out of the man.
Did I just say I said we won't win the league with him.
No, I know that. But still, it's just fact. You can't.
No, you know one thing that annoys me about Lampard? It's the fact that he never takes accountability. That's what annoys me.
No.
He did this last time, and that's what really annoyed me at that time, where he just blamed the players rather than blaming himself.
Yeah.
And then when Tuchel came in, he took the blame on himself at times about when we lost certain games. Lampard just keeps on blaming the players. He never blames himself. He never takes accountability. His coaching doesn't even have a coaching badge yet. Like he doesn't do any of the coaching. He just says, "Oh, we need to do the basics. We need to do the basics." But you're meant to coach the basics, mate. I know it's the basics, but
Exactly.
tell them what the basics is. Coach
Ronnie,
them.
do you want to join?
Southampton and Leeds are dire. Another team will join you, not you. I don't think we'll get relegated, but it will be close. So that's how I'll say. It will actually be close.
And
I don't think we'll get
I
relegated.
say this is the last time we will be in a relegation battle.
It's mad, you know. It's mad.
I'm gonna tell.
Imagine saying this, right? We won the Champions League, and then now we're fighting relegation. Last season,
All down to
we
one
were-
man.
we won the Champions League. We won the Club World Cup.
You do. I don't know if you guys are probably not old enough. You realise that out of all the Prem teams, we're the only ones not to get relegated. Every other team has. Before it's called the Prem as well. We're the only ones not to go back down.
Everton.
Everton have been relegated. Yeah, they've gone and come back.
I thought they were the only other team not to get relegated.
No, it's only Arsenal now. It was Aston Villa. They went and I think Villa were relegated a few years ago and came back. So it's only the Arsenal now that are left. But no, I did enjoy that game last night. It was very much needed. But your fans need to come up with some new fan chants because it's a bit boring. It's a bit dead.
Our fans have given up. I don't blame them.
Oh, I've seen a video of this guy trying to like big up the crowd, and it's bad.
You guys want?
And all these kids are just looking at him like, what the hell?
We deserve to be down here, so.
Hey, listen. You know that I come in peace, and Nippon, I just saw your replies, and yes, I do like to keep it real, but just listening to a song which hopefully should give you some confidence. Remember the chorus. Things Can Only Get Better by Howard Jones. I know a lot of people might prefer the D-Ream version, but this one is a lot more inspiring. Do you feel scared? That's okay. I know a lot of other people who do, but don't stop and falter. And even if you throw it all away, things can only get better. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think only children of the 80s can get that. Lottie, nice to see you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Can't complain. And I did also mention in the chat that if I take a look at the team selection, he wanted to start Aubameyang because he thought he saw something he liked in training, and obviously when the way he played against Brentford, getting into the 6-yard box and making a nuisance of himself, he thought he could start him. So why doesn't he play a sort of a midfield which can be adjusted to his strengths? When he was scoring goals for fun at Barcelona, torching Madrid at the Bernabeu, the Barcelona midfield literally was working brilliantly for him, and he was having the time of his life. Then he came to Chelsea and showed some promise, but then Potter completely froze him out. I hope that poor fellow goes back to Spain and stays there because, look, his Premiership career is now over. But apart from that, as I said, some of the footwork that was present that day was exceptionally shocking, and even people like Mateo Kovacic, a seasoned international with Croatia and one of the best midfielders in Europe, I thought he looked absolutely poor. Madueke was the only one who showed any level of ability. In fact, he was definitely Chelsea's man of the match, and I'd probably rate him second only to Odegaard for being man of the match from either team. And but things really can only get better. I really don't know who was behind the decision to bring Frank back into the job because maybe they thought for sentimental reasons it would be nice to see him at least, manage the club for a few final times and leave with a send-off from the fans. But now that might not even be possible, especially if they decide to axe him before the end of the season. So
I think they will. I honestly think it'll get to the point where we do a Tottenham and end up sacking an interim.
Well, Leeds have sacked their interim already, and they're they brought Allardyce in from the looks of things, and now he's come out and mouthed off saying that none of the top coaches in the Premiership could compare to him. Look, he was great with Bolton Wanderers, but those days are long gone.
He's never won any European trophies. He's not done anything. His trophies are the fact that he can keep teams up.
Yeah,
and it's not something to be proud of. I'm sorry. Because most of the time, the teams will go down the following season.
We shouldn't have hired him. I'm not gonna lie.
Not staying up.
Oh yeah, the amount of time I've seen that memed all over Arsenal Twitter today. Got Sam Allardyce on the phone. Hang on, Lee's got Chelsea on the phone. I've actually enjoyed it today.
Yeah, but now we've got some Arsenal fans hoping for an Allardyce masterclass against Manchester City.
Well,
not going to happen.
Yes.
That ain't happening.
Well, you never know. The new manager bounce. You never know.
Forget about the new manager bounce, Lottie. One thing we've learnt this season is that when it comes to that, it's pretty much hit and miss. Very few of the managers who've had the bounce, and those managers normally would be worthy of it. If you don't get the bounce immediately, it just goes to show that you don't have the chops as a manager. Simple as that.
Fair enough. Fair enough, but I still think it could be interesting to see what Sam Allardyce can do. Either way.
One thing I will say, Nippon and Fahim, is that I really did like the look of Mudrak yesterday. Yeah, I know he can't shoot for toffee, but he moves with the ball so beautifully. And the way he had Ben White on his backside in the penalty area.
Also, it doesn't help that one Muppet had a laser in his eyes.
I agree. And I think both Lottie and I will agree that idiot who did that should be banned for life, as should the England fans who tried the same thing with Kasper Schmeichel at the Euros.
Of course. Some fans are genuinely okay with it. They say it's all part of dark arts.
It's cheating.
Disgusting.
You literally can get blind from a laser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it could be really bad damage.
I'm not using this as an excuse for Modric's performances. I'm just saying it doesn't help that he was being blindsided by a laser while trying to play.
Yeah.
Of course it doesn't help. And the people responsible for that should be, they should be arrested, have the book thrown at them, and then thrown in the nick. Simple as that.
They should
even chucking a ban for life from every Premier League ground in the country.
If he's a season Arsenal, if you're listening, if that guy's a season ticket holder, cancel it immediately.
Yeah, give it to someone on the waiting list.
With no refund.
Are you on the waiting list?
Yeah. Yep, I've got about 1,800 people in front of me though. Going to be there for a while. Yep. Going to be there for a while.
Maybe I should do you have to pay to be on a waiting list?
Yeah, of course. Arsenal don't do nothing for free. Let's be serious.
I want to see how much Chelsea will charge.
Well, technically it's free to be a season ticket on the waiting list for the women. The men, no. You still got to pay your. I think I pay between £25 and £30. I don't know.
Yeah.
It comes out direct debit, so
3-0 down City. Phil Foden with an absolute cracker from outside the area, but I think it took a deflection.
No, it doesn't matter. We're getting a World Cup winner. Yeah, talking about Alexis McAllister.
yeah.
But don't you already have Enzo Fernandez?
No, I'm talking about this Ilias guy.
I know.
He's a Liverpool fan, and they just missed out on Jude Bellingham, and he's just salty. That's all.
Well,
Like most of their fans and Jurgen Klopp. You see,
how do you pull a hamstring during a celebration? I don't get it.
That was
Is it a
hilarious.
sign that he's getting old?
No, we're not celebrating no injuries here.
No, that was kind of funny though. He celebrated and he got an injury.
Yeah. How does that
That
work?
was hilarious. Oh, it's a funny
He
guy.
has to be one of the most irritating men in world football. That Jurgen Klopp.
I can think of a few people who really get on my nerves even more than Klopp, and at least Klopp has got the silverware to do it.
No,
there are
I
some
know.
managers who think they're the bee's knees.
Yeah,
They
like
don't have
Roma.
anything in terms of trophies. You see.
Yeah, Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank is one of the worst ones. I don't like him.
Was it Jurgen Klopp?
Yes, he's so annoying. He keeps talking about Chelsea, like, oh, how much money we spent, blah blah blah. Did this last season. Like, it's annoying.
But to be fair, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong though. That's
He's
He's
not wrong, but it's so bloody annoying. Like, I hate seeing those quotes. What he says, like, I can't be bothered.
Do you know what? It's just so nice. It's so nice. It's so nice to know that Chelsea get as much criticism as Arsenal, and I love it.
You know, a lot of people be saying.
The amount of grief that I get for being an Arsenal fan, shoes on the other foot, and it's great.
But you know what? A lot of people have been saying that Chelsea have not been getting enough heat for what we've been doing, and then
You haven't.
where are we at?
You haven't,
So
to be fair.
I think they're just the
like,
rivals
it's a
are
bit
just
like
being
the
tired.
whole Richarlison situation. Yes, he's scored now, but season's almost over.
Allison's a twat.
Yeah, we know that, but it's 2 weeks before the season finishes.
One
Where have you
Premier
been all
League goal.
season?
One Premier League goal.
I know.
That's the only
It's
one.
nobody's talking about it though. How much did they pay for him? No one's
Yeah,
talking
exactly. No one's been talking about that. 60 million.
For Richarlison, read Willian Borges. Both Fahim and Mr. Sharma will remember him, of course, as
Yeah,
will
Willian.
you, Lottie. He scores on the first game week and then scores right before the end of the season. Where the hell was he in between?
Well, the thing is, Willian.
Something that I'm honoured. This was some time ago.
I rather forget he ever played for my club. Ugh. Chelsea reject.
Yep. Some things
I
are best
wouldn't
forgotten.
call him a reject. Yeah,
Oh, look.
at the end. Yeah.
Richarlison
I
got
never liked him at
than
Chelsea, and
nobody.
I didn't want him. Bit like Mason Mount, don't want him.
Wait, oh.
Oh, that's a badge of honour. Well done. Absolutely well done.
Wait, Richarlison blocked you?
Yep.
Well done.
But
Oh, that's
he unblocked me though.
He unblocked you.
Afterwards, I was like, I thought I was like, get this screenshotted ASAP because he might unblock me.
Damn.
That's brilliant.
I
I think at
rather-
one point on my old Twitter account, I was blocked by Piers Morgan. That was the proudest moment of my life. Like, he just irritates me. Don't like him.
Yeah, absolute scum. I mean, he has the nerve to insult the Celtic fans, calling them ridiculous names, while referring to Rangers fans as national treasures. But let me tell you something, Mr. Morgan, if you're watching, national treasures do not make idiots themselves singing sectarian songs about how Celtic fans should go back to Ireland because the famine is over. Racist bigots.
Yep.
I know
Agreed.
Nippon doesn't really have any affection for Celtic, but still,
Fuck
not
Celtic.
even he can support
honestly.
that kind of. What?
I said fuck Celtic.
Fair enough. You hate Celtic that much, Snippin?
Yeah, but that won't stop.
Did you not read about what they were singing about when the Queen died?
Either.
Oh yeah,
Scumbag
I remember
behaviour.
that.
Scumbag behaviour.
I hate Celtic, but I won't defend what Piers Morgan said either.
Nah. He can stay where he is. We don't. He needs
But
to
we
move
also
back to
can't
America and stay there.
Yeah, and we also can't defend what the Rangers fans are saying either. I also agree that Celtic fans were horrible, and there are even some fans in Ireland who were mocking Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth. That was distasteful.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we call scum-like behaviour from fans.
Yeah.
On
Like, I'm
either
sorry,
on
singing
both sides.
babies in a box does not sit well with me. For that particular reason, Celtic from that moment became my most hated club.
But it wasn't Celtic who were doing it. It was another Irish club. I think it might have been from a League of Ireland club. Not
Yeah,
Celtic.
maybe so, but I've known Celtic fans doing the same thing. Sorry. Nah, they're my most hated club now.
Arsenal have been knocked off their pedestal.
Oh, yeah. You bet any money that if you guys face each other in a European competition, I'd want you guys to beat them.
Nice.
And if it's a final between you, if it's a Celtic Arsenal final, I'd rather burn my house down.
I don't think.
Oh, really, Nippin?
I don't think your mum would appreciate that at all.
No, that was a joke. That was a figure of speech.
I hope so, because that's a bit scary.
I understand.
That was a figure of speech. That was a figure of speech.
I understand.
Yeah, listen. Lottie,
No one in the comments is calling social services.
Now you've learnt the hard way. Never underestimate a person with Nipun Sharma's sense of grievance. Very dangerous.
Yep.
No.
But anyway, listen, I'd like to think that maybe the next year, once the players really start to settle and really blend in, you're going to start cooking. But several of those players might have to leave. And it's the same thing with Arsenal as well. We're going to be getting rid of more than a few of our players. And I'll tell you one thing. If I never see that Swiss cheese Granit Xhaka playing for Arsenal again, it will be too soon. I don't know if you agree with me on this, Lottie, but that's just my opinion.
I can't stand him, but I can't fault him this season. You can ask Nippon. Nippon knows I don't like the man.
You know what? I think
I can't fault him.
Can you
That's my
upgrade
problem.
from Xhaka?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. I said this to Nippon the other day.
100%
I make
they can.
250 to £300 of him kicking up cards every season. I've got nothing this season. I don't know what's going on.
But the question is, can you upgrade from Xhaka?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, there's plenty on the market.
So I think that's
if
what
he plays the right style of football, I mean, he's back to the way he used to play in the Bundesliga. I haven't seen that in a long time. Because I was watching him before we signed him, and I was like, no, I don't want him. I don't like his attitude, and that's what we've got. But
the problem
Arteta's
is
done something this season, and I like it.
Agreed, but listen, it's one thing to talk about the whole season in its entirety, but in the business end of the season, we've seen him once again start to return to the same petulant person who became a hate figure not too long before his renaissance this season. I mean, at Liverpool, for example, he had no business trying to get into some sort of a tangle with Trent Alexander-Arnold that whipped up the crowd. And he seems to be that sort of person who loves to try to get into a scrap with people. But listen, if you think of yourself as a big personality and the de facto leader, you can't spend your time trying to pick fights with people. You've got to be the one rallying the troops, not Alexander Zinchenko. And we all know that Odegaard doesn't speak very much, although he should definitely do more. But look, I am going to give him his credit saying that he has done well this season. But again, we also have to consider the fact that he's also, getting on a little bit, and maybe
he's coming to the end.
Yeah, we need to look to try and upgrade on him. And one thing I would like to see is if we are serious about keeping Kieran Tierney, then maybe we should let Granit Xhaka leave so that Zinchenko can possibly come in and play the role that Xhaka.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. I mean, Zinchenko's not one to get back and defend, so I'm definitely up for that, especially after that goal yesterday. I wasn't too impressed. I was quite pleased he was hooked quite quickly.
Quickly, nothing. It was 72 minutes before he got hooked. I wanted to see him hooked on the hour because in the first half as well.
That's the quickest I've seen someone hooked. So
agreed. But in the first half as well, Madueke made an idiot of him and several other people when he made that mazy run down the wing and had three Arsenal players trailing in his wake. Such a shame the cross wasn't poor. Was poor enough. Wasn't good enough. But
well, in a way, for us, it was good.
Of course, it was great. It was great for us. I completely agree.
It wasn't great for Nippon and for him.
Yes, but what I'm going to say right now is what I'm going to say right now again
of being upset.
Yeah,
and plus, our women's team are doing all right. So
yeah, we're still laughing together, Nippon.
Yep.
Yeah, because listen, we both lost in the Champions League semi-finals for the women, so at least together we drown our sorrows.
That was the worst 110 minutes of my life.
Cheers.
I enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I love games like that, but it was stress. That last 45 minutes plus the half hour. Not fun.
Yeah, and what the City team doing now? They're having a guard of honor. What the hell's going on here?
What guard of honor?
They're all standing. Oh yeah. Top scorers in the Premier League season, a guard of honor for Erling Haaland, who's broken the record of Andy Cole from 29 years ago, rather. 93, 94. Nice. So a guard of honor for him.
Yeah, it's full time now, isn't it? For that game?
Yep. Yeah.
I'll take that.
You'll take full time of what game? West Ham and
West Ham and City, yeah.
3-0.
Yeah. I triple captained him. What can I say? It was the best weekend to do it. So.
How are grapes for you though, Lottie?
I was willing to risk it. I know.
Winning the league.
Well, they've got more games than us. They're going to want the Champions League more, so we'll see. Hopefully, Real Madrid lose, and hopefully, the only chance out of the Italian teams for me is Milan. Milan have a chance of beating City, a small chance, but we'll see.
I disagree. I can't look too far beyond Real Madrid. I mean, obviously, they're also doing the same thing, taking it easy in La Liga, focusing on the Champions League and the Copa del Rey.
They're not winning La Liga. They're not winning La Liga. It's mathematically impossible.
That's what I'm saying. They're taking it easy on La Liga because they know that it's a lost cause and Barcelona have it wrapped up. But they're focusing on the Copa del Rey and the Champions League. And even if Ancelotti wins both, I think he'll want to leave. He doesn't deserve the disrespect of being, having his future speculated on. And I think that'll be it for him with regard to club management. There's still so many people who would dearly love him to come to Arsenal, but that ship has long since sailed.
Oh, definitely. Arteta's not going anywhere.
Hold on, Madrid. Nope.
Can't say that. I support the other side of Madrid, unfortunately.
I support anyone but Madrid.
Yeah, but
anyone
I
but
actually think that
Real Madrid. Anyone but them.
But listen, Madrid beat City last season. I think they'll do it again this season. They just have the know-how. And you cannot overlook a team which has Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. and Benzema in its starting lineup. I think Alaba's injury could be a hindrance, but they still are capable of pulling up results. And maybe City will still be feeling the trauma of what happened last season. But
the difference is
that trauma will turn into fuel.
Difference is they've got Erling Haaland.
They'll be on a
They've got Erling Haaland. Last season, they missed so many chances. If you give that to Erling Haaland, he's scoring them.
Look, I'm going to be real with you. Real Madrid were not that good against Chelsea.
They weren't.
Do you see how much we were pressing them? And plus, my colleague at work supports Real Madrid, and he's been giving it the big one. So just for that sake, I need. Nah, Eden can hold that.
No, not anymore. We don't trust. We can't trust this guy anymore. I'm sorry. I love Eden Hazard, but it's done. It's done. Yeah, he should probably just retire at this point. The guy doesn't play any games, so.
Eden is a real hazard to his team.
Mm-hmm.
He should go to MLS.
No, he should just retire at this
Why?
point. I don't think he takes it serious
Is this the way
anymore.
to speak about a club legend, Eden? Sorry, Fahim.
Huh?
Is this the way to speak about one of our greatest players in the modern era?
I'm just being honest. Like he doesn't have the legs anymore. Let's be real. He doesn't really have the legs anymore, and he doesn't take it serious. I don't think he takes it serious anymore.
Maybe he doesn't want to be in Madrid.
He chose to go Madrid. He chose it.
That's his ego.
That was his dream. He went to Madrid, so he could have stayed at Chelsea.
Yep, and become a legend. Over there, he's just another player.
Yeah. He could have easily been like. Well, he is already a legend in my opinion, but like he could have easily.
And speaking of ex-Chelsea players, you can't forget about your former goalkeeper, who was an absolute wall for Real Madrid. Even if for Belgium, he's been softer than Belgian chocolate.
That wasn't an FU to you, by the way, Manny.
I know.
Courtois.
Yeah, that snake can. I want to see him cry at the Etihad.
The thing is, he ain't crying because he's actually won the Champions League. He's actually finally won the Champions League. So
Yeah.
That's good. I hope it's the only one he wins in his whole career.
I mean, he's got one now, so at least he's got one.
One's better than none, to be fair.
Yeah.
None would have been best. None would have been best.
You should have sent him to Tottenham then, because they don't win nothing. And
Yeah,
every player that has left that club has won a trophy of some sort.
Yeah, Harry Kane, you know what to do.
Exactly.
I mean, why not think of all the players who left our club and went on to bigger and better things?
Yeah, there is
Olivier
that too,
Giroud.
but it's more free. It's nearly every single player with Tottenham, whereas ours, yeah, Ollie did leave and go and win Champions League with Chelsea. Okay.
And the Europa League against us.
Yep. Yeah,
did
he
he
did.
not score in that game as well? Did he not score in that game as well?
He probably did. I pretend that I never watched the Baku game, so yeah.
It still scars you, doesn't it? Be honest. I want you to be
it does irritate me. It does irritate me, and I still, although Emery got us to the final, he was still my first manager was Arsene Wenger. The three I've seen since, Emery was the worst. I don't like him.
Oh, really?
Yep. Don't like him. Didn't like him at all.
Wait, so you had Wenger,
Wenger, Emery, and Wenger, Emery, Arteta. That's the only three managers I've seen.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense.
I've lived through George Graham, Stuart Robson, Bruce Rioch, Wenger, Emery, and Arteta. And to be honest, I actually liked Emery, and I definitely like him now with Aston Villa. I think it was a case of at the end of the season.
Let's play this debate between you two.
End of the season, Lottie, let me say this. We could definitely have won the Europa League, and we should have secured the Champions League, but some of our players really down tools, it had to be said. And the only player to come out with any credit from that match in Baku was the ex-Chelsea goalkeeper, who, without him, it would have been a literal cricket score. So it was sad that he never got the backing, but he had to go in the end because results weren't good enough. But the following seasons with Arteta, certainly his first full season, was even worse than under Emery. And now he's been given some backing. And he was talking about the process of wanting to try to win the Premiership or the Champions League within 3 seasons. Well, he's had his full 3 seasons. What does he have to show for it? Next season, he is going to be on a hiding to nothing, in my opinion.
If you don't win the Premier League, do you do you count this season a failure, or because
it is a failure? It is a failure. Because I'll tell you why, Fahim. The previous season, a lot was made about the fact that we wouldn't be having European football, so we'd only have one game a week. And so we were expected to, make sure that we got a top 4 position fairly easily because we didn't have that much of a workload. It didn't stop us from having a terrible mid-season choke where we lost 4 in 5, including 3 straight to Southampton, Brighton, and Crystal Palace. And not necessarily in that order, I don't quite remember. And then, of course, we bottled it in the last penultimate 2 game weeks against Tottenham and Newcastle. And then this season, a lot was made of the start we made this season, the football that we played, and how we're such a young team playing such football, which is the envy of everyone in the league. We deserve respect. But listen, I've seen better football under Wenger, and we still couldn't win. So I wasn't willing to start crowing until we would win, and this is one of the reasons why I can never find any common ground with the so-called top gooners who were making the biggest noises. And Nippon can agree with me on this. It's never over until it's over. It's always a marathon, not a sprint. The earliest pace setters do not go on to win. You've got to pace yourself well, like Manchester City have done. And we also, in certain games, have showed that we don't have the concentration to, carry it through. And there's a reason why you need to have your experienced players performing. You can't keep relying on the young players to bail you out. So hopefully next season we will be better for the experience in theory, and we will, have to focus a lot more. And so the players who've done well this season, I think the expectations on them will only be increased.
Who would you say your experienced players are right now?
I would say Granit Xhaka, who I will agree with Lottie has done well this season, but again, in some of the crucial moments, he's also let us down a little bit. I would definitely say that given their time with Manchester City, Jesus and Zinchenko are quite experienced. Certainly, someone like Trossard has been there and done that. Jorginho, of course, your former midfielder, has been there and done that. Maybe Partey to an extent.
But you know what? To be honest, the last few games, your experienced players have let you down, I would say. You have Xhaka, Partey, Zinchenko. You could say maybe Jesus. I haven't really seen much, to be honest, but I would say those 3, Xhaka, Partey, and Zinchenko, kind of let you down the last few games because those were your crucial last few games. Southampton, Man City, West Ham. West Ham and Southampton were 2 big ones, in my opinion, because you were West Ham. You were 3? Were you 2? I can't remember, but you were up, right?
2-0 up in 18 minutes.
Yeah, and then it just I don't know how to say the phrase bottled, but then same with Southampton. Ramsdale making an error. I think next season what you need is add more competition within the squad, because I think you do have a thin squad. Let's be real, you do have still a thin squad. I think if you add
a thin squad, we're not in Europe. That is the basic numbers. We chopped off so many people. There's no European football. There's no need for a large squad. You can see that if you look at the back of the program, your squad is much bigger than ours because you're in European football beginning of the season.
Yeah. But I think
why our squad's so thin. Over the summer, it will be packed out because we're back in the Champions League.
Well, it'll have to be packed out. If it's not, then I don't know who the blame goes to be honest, at that point.
It would be on Edo and Arteta because they haven't got the people in. Simple as.
Yeah.
People will be like, no, back him. And like, no, it's down to Edo, it's down to Arteta to get the right people in. End of the day. And last few windows, I've been happy. So.
Are you worried that Arteta is a bit of a yes man to Josh Kroenke?
The thing is, right, you can't really do much when you kind of have to be a yes man to an owner. Like, let's be real. Like, they're the owners.
And you are
the hierarchy.
You are the person who blames our owners for wanting yes men for him.
Yeah, no, but a yes man is like Potter, who's saying, "Oh, the lads have
Lampard's a
tried
yes
hard."
man.
Sorry.
Frank Lampard's one of them, even though he's temporary.
To be honest, I don't know about Frank Lampard, but
He's
Graham
doing as he's
Potter.
told when he's told. End of story. Especially if the rumours are true that Bowley is going in and giving orders.
Yeah, if that's true, that's ridiculous. That's honestly
No,
ridiculous.
I think this is
But you know what happened?
more than anything. But I think these owners will learn their lesson and find out it's not the NFL. This is something completely different.
I wouldn't use the word yes man. I think what's another word for it? I wouldn't use.
Would you say that term's overused?
I think people have misused it a little bit or misunderstood it because you can't look. The owners are the owners, right? You can't really tell the owners what to do. They get to choose what they want to do, right? They're employed by them, so I wouldn't say yes man, but I would say I don't know, like, because
But
how would
look,
you?
Everyone says, look, I get people, managers would want their own signings and all that. We're talking about the transfer window now. But sometimes I do feel board signings can help. I'll give you an example. Ilias, if you're still here, you can back me up on this as a Liverpool fan. Jurgen Klopp wanted Marco Reus and Julian Brandt at Liverpool. But the board said, "Now we're giving you Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah." Board signings, and look at what became of them too.
The thing is, they could also in the same breath, they could have been wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Then what would happen to them?
Yeah.
I mean, what are Liverpool without Sane this season? Not much.
You mean Mane?
Mane.
Yeah, Mane. Yeah.
Also, Darwin Núñez was a Klopp signing, and he costed 100 million.
And he's done fuck all.
Darwin Núñez was good where he was before, so, but he hasn't settled into the Premier League. And as for that headbutt this season, that was the most surprising thing. You ain't going to get away with that here. There's absolutely no way. You'd get a red card from where he was playing before anyway. But
I'm sorry, a headbutt is a red card in any league.
Yes, I know. But
You don't get away with that anyway.
Yeah, I know, but it's more commonly seen in the Portuguese league than it is here.
No, but I think
You haven't seen that kind of behaviour since the days of Vieira, Patrick Vieira, Tony Adams. That's when it was like that. It's not like that anymore. You
But
can't
to be fair, I get it.
As
I mean, I get why he did. Look, I'm not defending him, but I get why he did it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what he did was right, but look, think about it. Look at what the defender was doing to him. Like, he was like, "Oh, do this, do that." I get it. If I was a striker playing against a defender and the defender was telling me to do that, I'd lose my shit too.
Yeah, no, I get that. I completely get that. Thing is, but it's a case of they're trying to rattle you. You're going to respond like that? Fine. It's a bit like I think the easiest way I can describe this is a bit like in WSL. Nippon, you know who Katie McCabe is, right? For Arsenal. Basically, she is basically a pocket rocket. She loses her temper like that. And when she starts running her mouth, you've got to get one of those big characters in front of her because you know she's getting a card. And if you're not there quick enough and sorting that out, she's got her card. She managed to get through to the second game of the Emirates this season, and I think that was mid-October, end of October, without getting a yellow card, which was really good for her. But you just got to be able not to react like she does, or react like Darwin Núñez did, and for that to happen. And I think it's a lot to do with player mentality and
Of course.
maturity.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, we'll end it in 20 then. Yeah, so because I have to be up early as well.
No worries.
Same.
No
Okay.
worries.
Yeah, because yeah, man, I'm telling you one thing. I don't know about Arsenal, but I can tell you one thing: Chelsea won't be this bad next season.
Nope, you won't. The last time you were this bad, of course, was when Mourinho got sacked for the final time, and since then, you've at least been consistent slash successful.
What about
Conte
pre-Roman?
winning.
I think the manager after Maurizio Pochettino will have us in a title race.
I don't know. I don't know.
To answer your question, I do remember Chelsea pre-Roman, but at least they won a few cups back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's only 1 year though. It's only been 1 year since this takeover, so you can't just keep judging straight away.
Nah, Nippin, you have to honestly.
Okay,
I don't.
Raheem, say if it's not going to be the same amount of success as Roman. So, like, say within the space of 10 years, we went.
Okay, Nippin. We spent 600 million, and we're not going to see the same success, or we're not going to see as much success. We spent so much money.
Let me
Right.
finish.
Okay, fair.
Okay, you're criticizing the owners into oblivion right now. But say if within the next 10 years, we win 3 Premier Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues, and a few FA Cups.
If,
Will you,
maybe.
will you eat your words?
Nippin, you're doing ifs, buts, and maybes. What if we don't?
You know what? It sounds like. Does anybody remember the meme video of the Liverpool fan?
Yeah, James
That's
Redmond.
what you sound like.
Yeah, James.
I don't
Redmond.
remember
That's what I
his
said.
name.
Just answer my question. If buts or maybes. I know.
I don't do if, buts, and maybes. I do absolutes, Nippin.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Now,
There's
Fahim.
the meme.
Too early. So
Talk
tell
about-
me, if
Talk about the owners right now. What have they done this season?
you can't judge them in 1 season, though.
Why not?
I can tell you what you've done. You stole Modric off Arsenal. There you go.
That's
There's your
one.
gold star.
Do you
That's
think
one.
you're going to boom at Arsenal, Lottie?
Okay,
Sorry?
okay, Nippin.
Do you think
Why
you're
are we in this mess? Why are we in this mess? There's someone to blame for why we're in this mess. Who's to blame now?
Graham Potter?
Or who hired Graham Potter?
Todd Bowley, but now he has a recruitment team around him.
But they sacked Tuchel, right?
Yeah, but he's not going to make the same mistake again for him.
Why he hired Lampard with the recruitment? What kind of Nippin? You're not making any sense here. They got the structure now. They fired their guy Potter, and then they rehired Lampard. Why? Why they hired
Another
Lampard?
game, Pochettino. On an in.
So you said they made a mistake. They learned from their mistake. Clearly not, because they literally rehired Lampard for no reason. You had to blame the owners. Honestly, I don't care about it's their first year. They're business people. Like you have to criticize them. Like their approach this season has been horrendous. They've literally made some big errors this season. Massive errors.
I'm gonna give them a chance to fix it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you can give them a chance.
Anywhere for him. We can
Yeah,
protest all we want.
Huh?
Reality is they're not going anywhere.
So yeah, I know that, but you're saying give them a chance. Okay, we'll give them a chance.
Well, okay,
next season.
don't give them a chance. We kind of have to because they're there.
I mean,
Nippon
I
has
don't.
a
I
fair
understand
point, but
that.
you do need to give them a season to before you can make your judgment call.
I
Whereas
understand that.
last
but
season,
the
Arsenal
problem-
fans had every right to be upset with the state of the Americans that own us. But now,
I understand that, but it's a case of where we have spent so much money, and we've not actually planned this. We've not planned this properly at all. We've not planned this.
yeah,
properly
I've
at
seen
all.
the length of Modric's contract. I know.
8 years. Enzo's is 9 years. And then
Yeah, that's
oh
that's
my
the
God.
that's how it's him as well. It's just like
Enzo's one is Enzo's contract.
it's nearly a
not-
decade. It's unbelievable.
It's understandable though.
To be fair, it is an FFP loophole, so I get it. That's the only way you bought him, and they've now sealed off that loophole, so you won't be able to do that again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, Nippon, we'll see next year. But if I don't see this improve next year, what will you do, Nippon?
There's nothing we can do because
Oh no, I just want to hear your opinion.
Huh?
I want to know your opinion. What would your opinion be on the owners if
If buts or maybes. Remember, I don't do if buts or maybes now.
I'm talking
Ask me
hypothetical.
next season for him. Ask me next season. Ask me this
So,
time next year.
so we're not going to get any absolutes then, no?
Absolute is they're clowns right now. Absolute clowns, right? This season they've
Right
been
now.
absolute clowns.
Mhm.
Absolutes, yes.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's the thing. I mean, with you, all of you should know by now that with Nippon, he can't do ifs, buts, or maybes. As he would say in his native language, agar kuch nahi, agar chachi ki much hoti, to uska chacha kehta. Translated, no ifs or buts. If my auntie had a mustache, she'd be my uncle.
Precisely.
Thank you for the translation. I was like, wow.
It's good. It's fun being multilingual, isn't it, Nippon?
Huh? Who's multilingual, man? Yes, I am multilingual.
Nice.
Do you speak any Bengali, Fahim?
I understand it, but I don't speak it. I don't
Okay.
speak it. I don't speak it at all. I only speak
Yeah,
it.
Box, to get back to your comment, sorry, we went on like a 15-minute tangent. Do I really want Man City joining the Football League? No, but I want them to beat Real Madrid.
Okay, but let's be real. Will Man City
And you better pray
eventually get
Milan win their games. They're
I'm gonna
the only team that can stop them other than that.
put it this way.
If that happens.
Then
Probably
make no
won't.
mistake. I am going to be supporting either Inter Milan or AC Milan in the Champions League final, regardless of which other team joins them.
So you're supporting Lukaku?
Oh,
Good.
that's
For the greater good.
wow.
Oh man!
It's either Kaku or Olivier Giroud. He has to.
I'm choosing Giroud. I don't
Giroud
care.
all day
I'm choosing
long.
Wait
Giroud.
a second. So wait a second. If it's Inter Milan versus Man City, who would you want for him? You have to put that pettiness aside.
In the final? Oh, well, it has to be Milan. But well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bobby. You're right. We can't judge, but we can laugh. Hey, but you're also going to win the same amount of trophies as us this season too. So we're laughing. All three of us here are laughing. We're all laughing together.
Enoch in, Levy in. They've done a great job. The progression over the last 10 years have been has just been amazing. Like honestly, like 2013, I don't think you weren't even competing for Champions League. You go into the Champions League final with Poch. Like that's progress. So fair enough. Like you have to applaud. You have to applaud Levy. Like honestly, you have to. Enoch in.
Yep. Enoch in, Levy in. Look, you're turning Tottenham High Road into the North London O2.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, they have a go-kart there.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, let's put it this way: they're that invested in their team, they won't even let their women play there. They'd rather have the go-karts running on the weekend.
Okay, here we go. If we had 600 million in the summer and had this failure, would you all be Bowley for life? Yeah, Enoch for life, mate. Enoch for life.
I think I'm assuming we're talking about Spurs here, so
Yeah.
if that had happened to Spurs, they'd be a bigger joke than they already are. To be honest with you.
Bobby, get yourself on this stream right now.
I had to head off, Nippin. I had to head off.
Yeah, no.
On your way out.
Well, hopefully I'll be back on YouTube. Like, maybe not this season, obviously, but this summer I
Can't
would
take
say.
it, can you?
No, because I only just see L's.
Do you know?
There's
Do you
no
know what? For him, go and watch your women. You're gonna go and win the league. You're like, literally, you've got games in hand. You did lose a trophy to the Arsenal this year, but you need to win the league off United. You need to stop watching Emma Hayes and Sam Kerr. It will make you
They're-
happy. Trust me.
They're the ones that pushing. I mean, like they're the one that carrying the honor, the pride with Chelsea. Like the men team.
Yeah,
are-
but you're the only club in England though to win Champions League for the women's and the quad is Arsenal. You haven't quite got there yet, unfortunately. So
Well, we share the spoils in that regard. You're the only London team to win the Women's Champions League. We're the only London team on the men's
Yeah.
side.
shoes on the other foot, exactly. And now I know why you lot like to gloat so much. It's great. No, but yeah, no. For the greater good, you guys have got to win the WSL this season. I can't have you Man United winning it.
Fair
It's
enough.
just
Fair
headache.
enough.
Honestly, give them a try. I think you've got a final coming up. Actually, I think it's against Man United as well for the FA Cup.
Yeah, I need to know where I can watch all these women's games.
Well,
I
you
mean-
can go and get a ticket for Wembley.
I probably will have to take the day off work for that.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so I think we've covered everything.
Mhm.
How bad Chelsea are, how good Arsenal are. Well, how shit Tottenham are. Sorry, Bobby. Really, you're a nice guy. आप बहुत अच्छे आदमी हो, लेकिन आपकी टीम बिल्कुल बकवास है. So basically, if what I said was you're a nice guy, but your team is absolute dog shit.
All right, Nippin. I'll catch you up. Big up to
Yeah,
Manny
yeah.
and Marty. Nice meeting you.
Cheers,
All
mate.
right.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
See you later.
Right, so then there were three.
Mhm.
Right, so I think we've covered everything now.
Mhm.
So
Nippon, you still didn't answer my question.
what?
How low will you go on the table for the rest of the season with your fixtures
know.
coming up?
Don't know. I
Don't
honestly don't know. That's
Do you
my.
think you're going to get very close to the bottom three? Not top three,
No.
no chance.
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
So now my question: will you win the league?
Depends if City drops points and we win all our games. You don't know.
Mr.
I'm
T.
not going to say yes, and I'm not going to say no.
Mr. T.
What was the question? I didn't quite hear you. Sorry.
Are you going to win the league?
No.
Okay, that's short and simple.
Short and sweet.
Right. All I've got to say is, come on, City in the UCL. Don't care who wins the league because we're not winning it. Well, actually, I do that, but I'm just being nice. So yeah. Before I need to speak to both of you after I'm by the way. So yeah. Before we finish, Manny, where can people find you?
Well, first of all, Mr. Sharma, big up to you. Good to be back on your podcast. Always enjoyed. Haven't been on for a long time. Always good fun. Socials, catch me on Instagram, Manny Thangatharai 1981. That's my full name and my year of birth. Twitter, Thangatharai 1981, my surname and my year of birth. No YouTube channel of my own, but you can catch me on several other channels on YouTube, mainly Arsenal fan channels. I'm also on a Bournemouth fan channel called Up the Cherries in All Departments. I also make regular appearances along with Nippon on a Tottenham fan channel called Spurs U Asia TV. And I enjoy talking about football. No banter, no disrespect. We've got to learn to disagree without being disagreeable. Otherwise, there's no point in having a discussion. And big up to the chat. Big up to all of Nippon's subscribers. You're the ones who make his videos and his channel what they are. Take care of yourselves. Have an early sleep. Have a good day tomorrow, a good rest of your week. Don't do anything the three of us wouldn't do, but I need to go and sleep as well. Good night, everyone.
And Lottie, where can people find you?
You can find me at Lottie_AWFC, or you can find me on Vic Akers Wonderland on YouTube. It is mostly women's football. We do just go through all the trophies that are going on, and season's coming to an end. So, but we will be covering the World Cup over in Australia, and me and Nippon can be finally on the same team.
I'll be wearing my England jersey throughout the summer transfer window and throughout July.
Yeah. So as the girls head down under.
Nice.
And thank you for having me again, Nippon. Twice in 1 week. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and with that being said, you can find me on all the socials below. I recently uploaded on my second channel, which is Nippon Reviews, the British lifestyle blogger. So go subscribe to that as well. It's like a 50-minute video of me. It's a 50-minute vlog of me vlogging my journey back to the homeland. So yeah, with that being said, I shall see you all in the next video, which is the podcast. So see you all later. And